Well, we had a red day and it was a great day. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is April 1st, April Fool's Day, and that is not an April Fool's joke. I actually had a really good day despite being very, no, I shouldn't say very red, but down about 300 per account. And here, this is why. You can see that one big trade is really why. And if I just kind of put that in perspective a little bit, we were down at one point. This bottom number 97 account had, I think, $64 of drawdown in it. Yeah, you can see there at 64.20 left, and we finished the day with almost 600 in drawdown. So that is a huge, huge win. You can see I was down about 2,500 at one point today. So really, yeah, and honestly, it was just finally catching a trade, and really, I was at the point where I didn't really care. I was like, I'm either going to make some money back on these accounts. I really didn't really have a thought that I would get them back to green, but I thought, man, if I can at least recoup a little bit, and we finally got this rollover on the NASDAQ, and you can see we were in a green EMA cloud all the way through here. You can see that EMA cloud was green. We had that flip of the EMA, the 921 EMA, and we flipped to red, and we had to retest here. As you can see, I was actually in a long trade there, looking for a break and retest to continue, and it didn't. And I killed that trade after almost getting stopped out here. I was like, yeah, this is definitely rolling over. So I got short right away. And in fact, I expanded my profit targets here. I felt like we probably could come back down here and retest this level, which we did. And so that was really the trade of the day. And honestly, it was one of the best trades I've actually taken in a very long time. One of my best trades ever. Let's just jump into, well, while we're here, we'll look at that, but I'm going to, or look at this, and I want to look at those trades. But down $800 a day, not the way I want to start the month. 10% win rate, and a nearly over 6 average win to loss. So that win was 558. The average loser today 93. I just had a lot of losers. So, and I was losing on long trades, and I'll tell you about those here in a minute. But let's look at this this really good trade in detail. And you can see the setup, and you can see this is that low, and I just felt I actually moved this target down here to like a 7R, and I moved this one to where this one's at, so I had a 4R, so I had TP1, TP2 right here, and TP3 down here at the bottom, and I simply just trailed it and let it run, and it worked out very well, and a very nice trade, 3.72R, so nearly 4R net, which is really nice after taking half off at 2, and then took one more contract off at 4R, and then took the final one off at 7, which ended at nearly a 4R net. So really, really nice trade. I was very, very happy with that. I'm not going to bore you with all the trades. I'll just show you what I was looking at and what I was doing. Hey, I should mention this. The NQ did me really dirty this morning. I mean, really dirty. This kind of set the tone for the day, and maybe I should have walked away after this, but the first trade I took was not until like 10:30. And I took this break and retest. You can see on NQ we had the move in the morning, the pullback, and then we were trying to get through this level, and we really couldn't get through the top of this little range here. We finally broke it, and you can see we had a candle hold 1, 2, 3, and I got long on this green candle. We had the push up. I get stopped out, and we pull down just below this area. You can see that little wick forming, and then we had a strong buying move stepping in. And I hesitated for just a brief bit, and that's what cost me, but I get long right there. And I am stopped out break even by that stupid tick right there. And what's even crazier is this target, this wick right here literally touched my target. So if I go, let's see if I can do this here, end of day. So if I place that order right there, now I need to shuffle this over a little bit. I don't know how well you, let's actually zoom in here. I don't want to place this trade and then, we're 504. It's not even going to let me place the trade. Okay. So if I hit the buy click here and I move it to, shoot. Sorry, bear with me just a minute. I got to really get this set right there. Is that going to show? No, for some reason it's not showing. Is this 4 long, 2 long? It's not showing it right now like I wanted it to for some stupid reason. But anyway, my TP1 was literally right there, and it looked like it had touched it, but somehow I didn't take that off, and it comes all the way back down, takes me out, break even to the tick, and then continues to rip. And obviously NQ for the rest of the day basically went higher. So until we had that rollover in the afternoon. So that was really, really frustrating for me to have that happen, where I read it right, got in probably with too much size on the first one. It just simply got this wick stopped out, had the pop and the rejection candle break even, and then it goes. And so a little bit disappointing. I did have enough time on this big pop to move my stop to 1R, which is my rule. So I didn't really adhere to that rule. The way I typically say is if I get really close to 2R, my first profit target, I'm going to move the stop up to at least 1R and get some money out of that trade, get 150 bucks out of the trade. And I didn't do it because I thought, man, such a big pop, we might do some crazy stuff and then go, which is exactly what we did. The crazy stuff, quote unquote, ended up taking me out. So that was a frustrating move. We then have to go to the Dow Jones. That's where I took most of the other trades. And you can see I drew this little level in here. This is the little pre-market high outside of this wick. And then you had the opening high. And when we popped above that, notice this little, you could almost put like a block here and a block here. And I was looking as we broke above that, I was taking longs. I took a long there, took a long there, took a long here on what I thought was going to break out. Too aggressive. I need to do way better at this. But this one here stopped out, wick stopped out, pushed higher. I got it long again, didn't like it because it started rolling over, killed it. And I was, starting to be down quite a bit at this point. And so I was trading not to lose. In a sense, but then I was like, man, we're not breaking this level. So if we go to flipping from green to red on the EMA cloud, so to speak, I'm going to just take a short and see what happens. And I did. And this is simply just a short because of this red. And this was a bit of a desperation move, like, hey, I need to do something because this is not working. Longs are just not working. We're not going higher. Well, I get short, we get a bit of a move, not quite to my 1R target or 1R point where the stop moves to break even. We come back up and it stops me out. So frustrating, and that's really what set up the trades in on NQ. And we ended up with a rebound day. So it's a really good day to be down, not quite 300 across these three accounts. That's really, really good considering the fact that we had almost blown this one here and these would have been in pretty bad shape. So that was it's honestly, it's kind of like I trade eval sometimes. If I get down, I just keep looking for a trade, and today it worked out. A lot of times it doesn't work out. So I do feel like I got a little bit lucky. I definitely read the market correctly on this trade, and I probably would have taken that trade regardless, either on evals or something, had I not been trading my funded accounts. But the mistake was keeping. Definitely overtraded on the Dow Jones moves up here. I mean, after it was apparent that this wasn't working, I should have been waiting for a move outside or something that shows me that, hey, it's changing to a different trend. But anyway, that's today. Basically didn't even trade the evals. I took a couple trades and had a little bit of a win on some of the Apex accounts, but I did very little other than just work on these as the trades were there. So anyway, it's a good day, even though it's a red day. And the reason it's a good day is because we almost blew the accounts and we brought them back. So that's a win. Did I update this? No, I didn't. I need to update that. So I need to update today's. I can do that later. Anyway, that's a wrap for today. Again, thanks for following along. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel using code BCT. I do think the Lucid sale on my banner, I think that did get extended. That 40% discount did get extended, and obviously Apex is running that 90%. So thank you. Once you guys are buying Apex accounts, I appreciate that very much. Thanks for using code BCT. I really do appreciate that, and appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you guys had a good day today, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.